Hi, I'm Mr. Krolak and welcome to IB Math Analysis and Approaches. This video will go over the syllabus and we'll discuss how we're going to work together during this distant learning phase of the course. Alright, first let's talk about overview for the course. What makes IB Math different than your traditional math classes is that IB Math, instead of covering a single topic, like you took Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, where those are focused topics, an IB Math course covers many different topics in mathematics. And then as you move through the course, you touch on those same topics over and over, but at a deeper level. If you look at the syllabus, the topics that are covered in this course are sequences and series, okay, functions, which is, you've studied quite a bit of that in Algebra 2 when you learned about exponential, logarithmic, linear, quadratic, rational functions. Statistics and probability, which is something that you don't typically cover in an algebra, geometry, Algebra 2 sequence. Geometry and trigonometry in 2 and 3 dimensions. Periodic relationships, which are your sine, cosine, tangent, and using those to model real-world applications. So here on your syllabus, there's a link that says Digital Mind Map, and it shows you the different areas of an IB course. So an IB course is built on 5 topics, and these topics are over here on the left. Algebra and numbers, functions, geometry and trigonometry, statistics and probability, and calculus. The first part of this course, which is year 1, the course that you're in, will cover these first 4 topics and the subject. So numbers and algebra, okay, these are the topics that we talk about. Okay, functions, this is the first topic that we're going to discuss in the course. Okay, geometry and trigonometry, statistics and probability, and then finally calculus. Next, let's discuss how we're going to work together during this distance learning phase. All right, on your syllabus where it says Google Classroom Daily Routine. So each day you're expected to log into your Google Classroom for IB Math. There'll be an attendance question. Now that question, there is not a right or a wrong answer on it. Some days it'll just say click I am present. But that is what is going to be used to determine your attendance in the class. You have until midnight of the current day to log in and indicate that you're present. Then on Mondays, there'll be listed a weekly agenda. Okay, that is a Google slide that kind of gives you an overview of what we're going to do for the week. Now, sometimes that may change, but it at least gives you an idea of where we're headed for that particular week. All right, then what you'll do is you'll go to the current day, and you'll view the instructional content and then complete any digital assignments that go with that content. I also post these recordings on my YouTube channel. So if you click on this tiny URL, my Don Krolak Math, and then you would go up here will be the playlists. You would click on that and you'd find your playlist for IBAA. All right, this is last year's playlist when we went online, but as soon as we put videos in from this year, there'll be a playlist there for you. The daily instructional content also might include note attachments, documents, links to other digital resources such as Desmos or GeoGebra, which we use quite a bit. There's also a digital copy that's available to you of the textbook that we're using. So with this next link here where it says Mathematics Analysis and Approaches, Oxford University, if you click on that link, you want to bookmark this, then this is a digital version of your textbook. Typically each lesson will include a digital assignment And there's 3 platforms that we'll be using for the digital homework. One is called mymaths.com, which you'll log in today. Just to be your accounts are already set up in it. I sent an email to you. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, Math Excel, which most of you are familiar with. You're going to set up your account for Math Excel today. And then a third site that we use occasionally is called drfrostmath.com. And it's sort of like Khan Academy, but for IB type curriculums. Okay, your semester grade is made up of the following categories: your semester exam, 20%, tests and quizzes, 35%, classwork, 20%, and homework, 25%. So during the distance learning phase, most of the grades, or almost all of the grades, will be under the homework category. All right, homework is assigned, and typically it's due 2 days after I assign it. On the weekly agenda, I'll list when an assignment is due, so you know. Okay, homework has to be submitted prior to that deadline. And the deadline is typically, like I said, 2 days later at midnight. Homework submitted after that, it earns up to 70% of what it would have earned had it been turned on time. So if you turned it in late and you got everything right, instead of 100, it would count as a 70. All right, now getting help. This is real important. Okay, if during this distance learning phase you're not following what I'm presenting on the videos, you want to log in during your normal period that you have my class to Google Meets. So on your syllabus, on the banner of your class, on your Google Classroom, there's a Meet link. So during, let's say you have my class for second hour. During second hour, that Meet link will be open. You just click on it, and I'll be at the other end. And I can answer any kind of questions that you have, help, or that you need help with. So that is something you definitely want to take advantage of. Now you can log in during second hour, okay, during the celebration time. During 5th period and 6th period, I also have IB math courses. So you can log in any of those periods. Preference will go to those folks that are actually enrolled in that particular class in terms of, and also contact me through email, which is probably the best way, or you can text me or call at this distance learning number, and it'll send me a text, and I can get in touch with you that way. I wouldn't call the classroom because I'll be doing most of this from home. All right, materials for the class. I would get a small 1-inch binder, get a couple of dividers, some loose leaf paper to keep in there, and some graph paper. You want to get 2 notebook dividers, label one notes and the other one reference. Okay, when we return to school, typically what I do is I hand out packets for each unit that are guided notes that you fill in as I'm presenting the material. So those packets would go in your notes section. The reference section will hold summaries of each of the topics that we do as we cover them. All right, the other material is a graphing calculator. Now, before you go out and buy a TI-84, we're working right now on trying to get those installed on your Chromebooks. But all of the calculator demonstrations that we do are done using a TI-84. And that's the syllabus for today, okay? Next up, what you'll do is you're going to go through the 2 other links, or I think there's 3 links, that show you how to set up, how to log into your mymath.com, how to set up your Math Excel account, and how to set up your Dr. Frost Maths account. So tomorrow we'll get started with functions. Have a great day.